Hi everyone, I hope you're mentally well and physically well. If this is the third or fourth time back, subscribe. If you like my videos and want to see them in your algorithm, like this video as well. Okay, I'm making this video for all the biggest male podcasters in our area. Bouncer, Clue, I would say, Winners Talking, Loons and Marg, and also Spray, Chronik, and also Kidavelli and Chinx. You guys have huge platforms, and you can reach people. When you put a video out, the voice gets out. Why have none of you spoke about the situation on BK Chat? Just a few weeks ago, all of you have been silent. The only two podcasters that spoke about it were Kingrichez, and outraged by it was Kingrichez and Mynameischyna, and they were actually on the show. But after they came off the show, they went on their own podcast and said something about why you said nothing. Ginger J said something, yeah. Ginger J said something that was wrong because he didn't differentiate between all black women and some black women, yeah, and their attitude and stuff. But this thing that happened, yeah, basically what happened is that a guy was talking. They played a video at the beginning of a guy breaking down because of his mental health. The guy's had tears in his eyes. His voice was cracking up because, you know, as a man, you've got to provide. Yeah. And men and women live life on a totally different levels. You know what I'm saying? A woman can live in her flat until she's about, like, a woman can basically live with her mum's house, yeah, till she's old and dies, and society don't frown on her. She doesn't have problems. It's not a reason why someone will not marry her or have a relationship with her. Men and women just live life on different modes. And if a man, you know, from a man's mid-20s, yeah, to his 30s, from 30s, he's expected to move out and get his own place, you know. So working for a woman, you know what I'm saying, like working, having your own place and all these kind of things is optional. And if you don't, no one will flick an eyelid, you know. But for a man, there's certain pressures on him. So this guy was breaking down with the pressures of having to suffer, provide, of the pressures of basically being a man and so forth. And he would say, look, sometimes things get hard. I got no one to talk to. The guy had tears in his eyes. His voice was cracking up. All of the girls started bawling with laughter. They started cracking up while they're playing the video, with the exception of one, the light-skinned girl. I think her name is Shireen. But she was still, like, even though she put some input for men and stuff, I would say out of the least worst behaved on that program, she was the least worst behaved. But she was still smiling when they were, like, saying stuff and that. But to be just, she was the only one out of, was it 5 or 6 girls? 1, 2, 3, 4. Out of 5 girls, I think she was the only one that while the actual video was playing, she did have a laugh, but when they were making certain jokes, she laughed afterwards, but she did speak up for me. But anyway, the whole point is, the vast majority of women on that panel started busting up at the guy when he was like tearing up and he was cracking down, breaking down. He had a mental breakdown and they were laughing at him. Kingrichez was pissed, started calling him out, kept on holding their feet to fire and stuff like that, but they were still laughing. Cookie was laughing and laughing, putting her thumbs up like it's funny, you know what I'm saying? Zilla, the worst person in this was Zilla. Like, I did a whole different video with it. I'm gonna link, link the video down below, you know. You'll see the little play sign, press it and you can watch it. But like, this is the full video for this topic, but this is more of a call out of the main podcasters why they didn't speak about it. But I'll put a link to the main video below. But the point is, yeah, Bouncer, and most of these podcasts, yeah, like I watch, you know what I'm saying? So for some more than other, I split most of them, but some more than others. Like Bouncer, Clue, Kid and Chips, No Behavior, you know, Winners Talking, and RTM. RTM is most probably one of the most popular, but it's one I watch the least because it's just like it's a train crash, you know what I'm saying? Basically, every episode, you know what I'm saying? And but they all, I have to be honest, is that RTM after Bouncer, you know, after because Chid and Mix, even though they're not the biggest platform, they're up and down the algorithm just as much as Clue, and even more than RTM, I would say. But I'm saying this because these are the podcasts that I see in my feed, and like they got a voice, yeah. So why none of you spoke about it when Ginger J, you know, and that's what I'm saying. It happened on Black Chat with Ginger J. It went viral. It went super viral. This thing with Zilla, her name is Zilla. She's an evil witch. Illa is an evil bitch and an evil witch. Yeah. She blatantly said, yeah, I find it funny. I find it funny when when like that men complain about their mental health. I find it funny. And then she backed down and said, I say it with my chest. You know, when they go to the separate interviews, pre-recorded parts, all the parts where they record them on their own. So she said openly on the panel, yeah, I'm laughing because I find it funny that he's crying and stuff. I find it funny that he's breaking down, you know. And then they went to an individual interview. She says, yeah, I find it funny. I say it with my chest. And then she tries to backtrack later and says, I only find it funny when my male friends have a problem with, they can come to me, or my man has a problem, he can come to me, and this, that, and the other, and so forth. But Kingrichez just smashed, he basically caught her, and he said, what, if your man was crying, yeah, about like work and providing and stuff, how long would you stay with him? And she started busting up. Kingrichez like executed all of them. So did China come and and crucified them as well, on the show and stuff. But that's not the point I'm talking about. Jay got crucified on the show by the girls, and that was right because he said something. He didn't articulate himself properly. It's one of two things with Ginger J. Either Ginger J, all the women that he's experienced are bitter, loud, and rude, yeah, and that's why he says black women are like that, because in his subjective experience, that's what he's experienced. But that's wrong because you can't brush all black women like that. But but what happened is that, and if he said that, that's incorrect. And also, he didn't, when he said it, he said black women, like, and he mentioned about the weave and this, you know what I'm saying, the attitude and stuff. But I think he said all black women, yeah, I think he said all black women. Yeah, so he did make the differentiate, and he was wrong for that, and he got blasted on the show, and he got blasted out of the YouTube sphere, you know. Anyway, this girl said the same thing. She laughed. Her what she said, like she laughed. A man breaking down. They all laughed, like I said, except for Shireen. Yeah, but they all was balling up while the video was playing, laughing and this, that, and the other. I'm telling you, these bitches they had 0% remorse. But anyway, this point of this video, I already talked about this. Like I said, if you press the little play symbol before, you'll see a video called, what do I call it? Yeah, BK Chat Evil Bitches. Laugh at man's mental health. That's what the title is, yeah. But the point is, Bouncer, where are you, man? Bouncer, I know you deal with everything, you know, but you said when Shadeborough, they put your daughter, you going for a low point in Shadeborough, put your daughter or something online, and you said it affected your mental health, and you thought about committing suicide. So I know mental health is important to you. You know, Clue got a big audience. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you normally talk about road stuff and life, but I know you also copy current trends. You got a big voice, use it. Kinks and Kid and Chinx, man, your voice is on the timeline. Like people relatable as relate to you and stuff like that. You should talk about cover this issue. So it's a serious issue. Definitely Winners Talking should cover it because the Victoria Everest thing you spoke about. You was one of the few channels to speak out for men. So you lot should cover this. Same thing with no behaviour. If you're, I'm sure you're for men's health or mental well-being. Artie and Spray, I'm going to give Spray the benefit of the doubt. He's getting people that he'll be mature enough to talk about the situation and the double standards. When it comes to mental health, yeah. Hopefully, he could be mature and not, muck about on this episode and, try to, speak about it consciously. Chronik, I know as well, he's a bit more mature, I would say, than Spray, when he can be, even though like 80% of the time he's talking about binds and chalk, and road stuff, which is sad because Chronik used to be like a wise element, to the show. But I'm gonna give Spray the benefit of the doubt, and hopefully he could mention this. I've only got a little channel. My channel's not wide, so most of them will hear my voice. But that's why I just got to keep on building up, putting out videos, and then hopefully, people subscribe, and I'll get to the stage where I have a voice just as big as those guys, and I don't need other content creators to touch on subjects because I can put my piece out and enough people are gonna hear it, So if you like the video, subscribe. If you want to see more videos from me, like the videos so my videos will appear in your algorithm. And also, if you want me to react to a video, mention it below. Alright, peace out. Take care.